Okay, everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm gonna be working on this old Pontiac again. I think what I'm gonna be doing today, or I'm gonna start doing today, I should say, start making some door panels. The aluminum panels that I make, well, I don't know, they evolve every time. I get a little more comfortable using my bead roller and stuff like that. So, but because I'm not an upholstery guy, but I also really like, and the fellow who owns this car seems to like that look too. Just the industrial, mechanical machine look to it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna build some door panels, interior door panels for all the doors. It's gonna be, I'll show you this old truck here. I think I discussed that already, but these are just little baby ones, but that's kind of the idea. Something like that, but I did that also on, can't see there, but on that truck, did that as well. So that's what I'm gonna attempt to do. The doors are relatively flat, so it should work out nice. And I should only have to make 2 templates. If my theory is correct, I think they're symmetrical. So I'll make one from this side, and I should be able to flip it for that side, and then the same here. I'm gonna make them, I think what I'm gonna do is for size reasons, so I can get them through my bead roller and stuff, but I'm gonna make them in 2 pieces. And that way it'll give it some, contour, and also I think it'll give it some, I'll be able to give it, a little different look throughout the whole thing. So that's the plan. One thing I want to show you guys first is, you can see here, got these little fellas, boom, a couple little compressors. What that means, getting ready to start on the old cab over. Pretty excited about that. I got those, gathering up a few other parts. I got my list, the 49, I got the list there, and there's going to be more to the list, I'm sure. Just that's what I could think off the top of my head. But like I said, pretty excited about getting started on that soon. We'll try and get this car done quick, and once that frame is back, I think it'll go relatively decent then, just kind of putting stuff together, and the hard kind of, well, I find the harder stuff, or the stuff that I don't love to do, is done. The stuff where, filling holes and welding, body panels and pieces, that's mostly done. So I'm excited about that, because that's the stuff I find it hard to be motivated to do that, because it's not to me, that's not the fun stuff. It's just the necessary stuff. The fun stuff I like is building things, building, like I said, the door panels, the floor pan, I like to kind of create stuff. Same with this cab over, the same kind of stuff. That's the stuff I really enjoy doing, thinking of ways to make stuff work and not work, and, experiment and try, and it's just a lot of fun. Once the frame's back, that'll make it start to go back together like a car much, much quicker. But anyways, so yeah, so I'm gonna get on that baby, and soon we're gonna get on that baby too. So let's get to work here. So I went ahead and took all the hardware off. I ain't gonna lie, it was a little tricky. The problem was figuring it out. In the end, not a big deal, but you can see it's got that plastic. You had to push these off. I won't break it. There. And then the clip, the regular clip, was in behind that. So that was the issue. I had to figure out how to get to that. Got them babies off, and then I sat here for a little while, debating what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it. I was thinking in my brain what I wanted to do, and I don't want to do it in 2 pieces, just to break up so it's not one big panel. And then that also, I think, on my little cheap little bead roller there, I think it can give me the ability to spin it around in there and give it some dimension and stuff. So now all I got to decide is, my tape measure, how far down I want the top piece. So I want it to be kind of, the top piece be the door handle and the cranks and stuff. So I think what I've decided is, if I go down 7 inches, is I'll make the top piece straight. So I'm gonna go down 7 inches. I'll mark 7 inches on each end. And then that's how I'll build the bottom piece. And I'll mark it, and I'll build the bottom piece up to the 7 inches. And then once I bead roll it all just right, and then that top piece will kind of interlock with it, is the plan. And then the bottom, I'll bead roll it different. Well, I'm gonna try. So the bottom's gonna look a little different to the top, just like I said, to break it up is all. So I fished out my cardboard. I'll get a piece and we'll work on making a template here. Okay, so like I said, I got my handy pen here. I'm gonna mark it at 7 inches. If I can get that right there, and 7 inches here. And then hopefully this makes sense to you guys. Hopefully it makes sense to me. But so now that this car's got this little, all 4 doors, it's got this little tray that the panels sit in. So I'm going to utilize that. I'm going to tuck my template, and then my lumen, I'm going to tuck it in there. But anyways, so then that tells me how high I got to go. And I'll make the bottom piece 19 and looking like 19 5/8. Let's see if this is the same. It doesn't matter. This one's actually 20 1/4, but because the bottom's gonna be, I think the bottom's gonna be what it is. I just want that top piece to be nice and straight across, because that's what you'll kind of notice. The bottom will kind of do its own thing. The top will be the piece that'll look like it's got a nice straight body line that matches this. And then the bottom obviously will follow the door. So that's the plan. So I'll go cut a piece of paper. Oh, this is the long side. I'll go cut a paper about 21 inches long, and then I can tuck it in there, kind of get it all mashed in, and trace it out. Then I think I might bead roll at least most of the shape on that one, so that I know exactly how I want that top one to look with it. It'll make sense, I think. I don't know. It's gonna be I have an idea how I want to bead roll it in my head. So once a guy gets that, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so got my piece, got it in here. I got everything I can find that was magnetic. I'm gonna help hold this son of a gun in. Actually, I think while it's here, I am gonna go ahead and try to attempt to trace the back side. This side shouldn't be too bad because I can get at this side, we'll see. But while it's here, I'll go ahead and attempt to trace that. And then once I cut this top to length, I can actually go ahead and cut these sides, and we'll see how it starts to fit. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully the answer is good. Let's go see what happens when we cut that baby. Also, I cut this one to length here, this cut. I'm gonna show you guys, and then, a way I invented. I probably didn't. But shoot, I tried it, it worked awesome. I'll just show you quick. For cutting long pieces if you don't have a nice long straight edge. But I'll show you guys. Okay. What I found is, see, I got cut it from here to here, need a nice straight mark. But my straight edge is too short. So what I found you can do, like I said, I don't know, I'm probably being silly, but it worked awesome. So I got my straight edge, I take my square, and you lock them together like that. And this one goes below the line. This one kind of goes with the bottom of the line. And then then you got a super long straight edge. So you can do that, and you can either just do this, because now you know where it has to be. This straight edge is squared up. You do that. And then, once you line up the straight edge again, boom, there it is. It's always like, I don't know, I always just like measure and horse around, but that's awesome. Anyways, so I'll go ahead and get this baby trimmed out here, and we'll go kind of set it back in there. This one was a little tricky to trim, or mark, sorry. So I'm gonna kind of trim it long, and then just kind of, this one trimmed or traced pretty nice. So I feel I can cut him no problem. That one I just gotta be cautious I don't cut it too short. I mean, it's just a template, so it don't matter, but it also does matter because I don't want to do it again. So I'll cut this out. Okay. So I was happy with my piece. I did trim it just a little more, but I got it lined up with my marks. I'm happy with it. So what I did too is, so I realized, I used this, I got lots of room to set a piece up in here. So I cut a strip, 9 inches. It should tuck up in there. And I made a mark here, so it's gonna overlap an inch. It'll all make sense once I start bead rolling it, but so now I can line the bottom of this up with those marks. I do have to go ahead and figure out. So, first things first. I have a plan. To how to make them holes fit nicer. So I really just need to rough them in. I'm gonna go cut them out so that I can slip it on over that. And then I'll probably get this baby lined up. There we go. Nailed it. First try. Except for, I don't know, we're actually pretty close. What do I gotta do here? Gotta trim this little bit. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do quick, I'm gonna go get my tape. I'll just tape this temporarily, and then I can trace these out. Boom, boom. Cut that to length, and we should have a couple kind of templates. Okay, because I told you guys that I was going to chop those holes bigger than they needed to be so that I could muscle that in there. So all I'm doing now is I'm tracing on my tape here. I'm tracing on my tape just a circle, and I'll cut that out gently because I can easily, and then I'll show you guys. I already did a couple, and I'll show you this one. It should be symmetrical. Yeah, so like I did there, so that gets it the circle right? I'll show you guys here, one hand. It's too hard to do. Yeah, it's hard to do. But anyways, there we go. I did it. That's how that goes. And then when I pull this off, that'll give me a more precise when I get the aluminum, where I'll just drill nice holes and hopefully it just fits. But yeah, so I did sit around thinking about this probably a little longer than I should have, but that aluminum's expensive and stuff, and I want to make sure I kind of do it the best I can because I don't want to waste any of it. So, and also just kind of wanted to make sure I can do, well, still not 100%, but I think I can have a plan, and that's what I can do. So I'm going to mess around here a little bit tonight, just finish taping this up and getting it ready and stuff. But that's going to kind of be it for the night. I'll be back out here after work tomorrow, and I'll probably whip up another one for these back doors, and then also start transferring this to some aluminum and see if we can. What I'll do is I'll transfer it to the aluminum, and I'll make sure they fit nice how I like them, because then I can just kind of trim and sand and smooth them, and then I'll focus on bead rolling it, whatever I got to do there. So but yeah, anyways, see you guys tomorrow. Hey everyone, just a quick update here. If you guys seen one of my previous videos, I did mention it, but Barbie and I, when we drive around in our area, lots of old barns, and we like to keep an eye on them. You see the roof starting to cave in, or you see them starting to lean. And I did talk about this old barn, and it hasn't fallen yet, but you can see here it getting close. I'll zoom in a bit here, but yeah, you can see that guy is getting real close. There's the old barn. It's getting close. I don't know, it's kind of fallen, so I'm not sure if it's gonna, how long it's gonna take now to finish off. But this is awesome. I don't think I don't think this one can be restored. Too bad. Pretty cool. It's probably all here. It's probably the box for it. But yeah, that old girl be in rough shape. Okay, everyone, back out in the garage here. I've been out here for just a little bit because I went ahead and I'll show you guys. Oh, I went ahead and started setting up my bead roller, and I did go ahead and cut out. So I set up my aluminum, and I went ahead and cut out some patterns for just the same idea, but for the back door. I got a couple pieces of aluminum. Now this side has got the protective plastic, and this one does as well. And it's on the I'm keeping it on the bottom, which should actually be the out face. Because I'll try to protect that the best I can from scratching it or whatever. But I don't think it matters anyways, because I don't like the super shiny. Personally, I don't like the super shiny. So I usually probably hit it with the old DA and some 1200 grit or something, just to buff it just a little bit. So anyways, and I'm always nervous to do this because this stuff isn't cheap. So I'm always scared to like cut it wrong or did something wrong, and then I have to waste a bit or something. So well, I never waste it because I always keep it and use it for little pieces of whatever. But when you're doing big pieces like this, you don't have many options, and then all of a sudden you're out of aluminum. So I got this one laid out here. You can kind of see this is the front lower panel. I'm just going to kind of leave this edge with a little bit of room to trim after, but I'll get the basic shape out. I'm hoping to utilize, this is the top, so it's a nice straight edge already, so I won't have to cut. That's one less cut I have to make. And I even went and got a brand new Sharpie, so we're nice and sharp. My Sharpie is sharp. And then when I cut it out, if you don't see any marker left, hopefully we're the right shape. Okay, everyone, so I got this cut out. I did it with a variety of tools. I used combination of a zip disc, these, and this fella here. This one's hard to. I need to buy one. I want to buy one that can the open throat with the curve. Then you can cut round stuff. This one you can kinda, but not really. It's more for straight. And then once you get your piece, you can kind of manhandle it, but a whole sheet, it's just too hard. So got this one snipped out. And then what I do too is I take my banana knife and I use, because the zip disc leaves a ridge, I just use it and I do that, and it just peels that piece right off like butter. Like, I can't believe it's not butter. And yeah, I'll use this fella here and we'll trim her up just a little bit more. I just got this. I never used one of these before. Obviously, it does a very nice job. I guess more depending on how steady your eyes are in your hand, but it does cut really easy. So, all right, there's a bit of a curve in this one. I'll just use my snippers to fine tune that fella. And from my template, you can see this is the back side. That's the side that'll go against the door. I marked out those holes, so I should be able to just drill them holes, and I can just plunk that guy right on there. We'll see. I think the next step is I'm going to go ahead and drill them holes, and we'll see how these fit, and then I can bead roll it, see what it's going to look like. I think the top piece, I just drew a quick picture too. I don't want to show you guys, it'll be a spoiler alert, but the top piece I think is going to be kind of basic because it'll have the handles and stuff, so I think it's just going to be just a little shape. The bottom I'll get a little creative and make some, make it look a little tough, or that's the plan anyway. So I'll drill some holes quick, and we'll see how it fits. All right, so I'm just laying it out from the back, the bead roll. So basically I want an inch step. The bottom I went with 1.25 inches because some of it's going to be tucked behind that little ledge that it sits in. So I want it to look relatively symmetrical. So going a little more on the bottom, and I'm doing it from the back so that I got the lines. I don't have to worry about racing them lines and stuff later. And hopefully this plastic will help protect the front as I do it. And I'll step this down. That's the important part. You just got to make sure you do it the right way. I think I'm going to make these corners rounded slightly. Both corners. The top is going to kind of square up with this, but there'll be another element here that'll make it look a little different. So, but this one and then this one's basically I'll do the same thing because it's basically just going to be stepped all around as how this one's going to be. So I'll go ahead and do the exact same thing. I'll lay out an inch all around. The 1 inch at the top's going to tuck behind that frame, and this 1 inch in the bottom's going to kind of sit along this 1 inch step here. Okay. So yeah, so that's that. I think what I'm going to do too is I'm going to round these corners out gently as well, because the bead roller doesn't like to make square ends. So if I just put a nice little round, then I can just bead roll it all in one shot, and hopefully it looks good. So I just got to decide what kind of radius I want. I think the bigger piece is going to have a little more radius. Brake clean can or something, just to trace, should work probably for this. It'll work for that as well. It's a tighter corner, so it actually makes it smaller, and then this one's just bigger. So yeah, I think that's what we'll go ahead and just use this. I'll trace that guy out. Okay, so I don't know if you can envision, but that's what the front is going to look like. This middle piece will all be bumped out, probably the thickness of the material is all. So just to give it some lines and definition, and then don't forget the handles and stuff will all be here to give it to break this piece up, make it look good. And then there'll be some, I don't have the hardware yet, so I won't be able to attach it, but there's going to be some nice hardware mounting this to the door itself, and that nice hardware interlock it and make this look good as well. So side note on my little clean flow, I used to really like this stuff for two reasons. It seemed to work good, it didn't stink too bad, and the can looks real cool. But apparently they changed the formula. I did hear you can still get the old formula. So I might try and do that, because this stuff it doesn't work quite as good, and it smells real bad, real strong, burns your eyes and stuff. But the can still looks cool though. Okay, so I think I'm rigged up here. I think I'm gonna go for it. So what I did do is I had a little scrap piece here, and you can kind of see there and there. I just did a test little step just to see how much I wanted to squish it. This is super thin stuff. I shouldn't need much pressure to give it that step. So I decided that once I get it touching, I'll use this piece again to get it, but once it's touching, I'll give it one full, now I'm almost forgetting, but I'll hopefully remember while I do it. But anyways, I think it was one full revolution of squish. So I'll go ahead and give it a shot. Crack that loose, take him down till he touches. And I'll go one revolution, and then I'll tighten that guy up. Then I'm going to give him another little test here. Yep, it goes easy, and it doesn't seem to leave weird marks, but it gives it a nice solid step. Kind of fun to do, actually. I've seen online and stuff people that are amazing at it. They do stuff that, like, unreal. I think they have pretty fancy fed machines, kind of like sewing machines is how I equate it, but anyways, very good at it. Not this cat. I'm learning as I go. So that's what I'm gonna do. 1 revolution. Tighten that feller up. This is it. Don't get scared now. Anyways, that's it. Now the key will be, oh buddy, look at that. I think it's gonna be just fine. Looks good to me. I won't pull that plastic off yet, but yeah, I like it. I think that from what I can see, it doesn't look like it ate through the plastic either, so I think it protected it. We'll see. Like I said, I might end up just polishing it just a little bit anyways to give it that more of a satin look is what I'm after, but anyways. I guess we'll get the big one and go ahead, I guess. All right, here we go again. Oh, it looks good. I'm happy with it, real happy. Curious to see once I pull the plastic off if it did leave marks, but again, not too worried about it. I think it's gonna be okay. I like it. I went ahead and chopped out some one set of rear ones for the rear door, and I rolled them as well. Exact same process. One thing I'll show you guys too. So here's the plan. You might have noticed on this other piece, the front piece here, got that fella there. So you can see I got another line in farther, and I did the same thing here. So here's the plan. The plan is to cut this out now. So then I'll have a big open piece in the middle. I did this one before and I kind of liked it. So I'm going to build an insert that I'll rivet in with some copper rivets. That's what I'm going to use. I don't know, I like them. I like the combination of the copper and the aluminum. But yeah, so I'm going to make an insert that I'm going to rivet in with that to give it some color and depth. And and what I did before a piece, and it worked really good and I liked it, is I'm going to take just the insert that'll fit. I'm going to just bead roll gently a little diamond pattern into it. And then that's what you'll see just kind of behind. So let me whip out a couple of them. I don't have the hardware to install them or nothing, and I'll be able to show you how it's going to kind of look. Anyways, it's going to be a cliffhanger for the next time. You guys will see some little more stuff there. You won't see these installed tonight, but you'll see my idea. I'll try to get the inserts kind of bead rolled a bit and stuff and show you what it's going to look like. Okay, so I went ahead and plugged in some fat beets, and I went ahead and cut out these. We got that one for the back, this one for the front. Now these guys, I need to roll them from the front because I want the grooves to be pushed in from the front, and I also need to see those lines. So then what I did is I kind of made this 1 inch bigger all around, so I got room to rivet it and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and lay it out. Now I got a square corner to lay out. Now I just have to figure out exactly how, like I said, I'm going to do the diamond pattern, and I think I want longer diamonds. I don't want just symmetrical. I don't know if I can make that shape. That's a spade. Anyways, I don't want just symmetrical diamonds. I don't want little, even sides. I want long, narrow ones is what I want. So it's got to take a minute, think about that, how I'm going to lay that out. And I'm going to use my ruler. Hopefully I can do it so where it's just symmetrical with the ruler, so I can just lay it out real fast. But we'll see. Let me think about it for 1 minute, and I'll let you know what I do. All right, so this one, well, both of them, I'm going to run them out the end, meaning I can just start. All right, this is it. Don't wreck it, Shane. And I guess if I don't like, no, I'm going to like it. I like it. So if I don't like the depth, I can always just go back over it. And no problem. But yeah, you can see it just puts a slight divot. And then by the time I'm done, it'll look like metal crushed velvet. What was that? The old Vans used to have all that diamond pattern velvet. But this will be metal. After those other pieces, I am more confident with these straight lines. I find you just almost faster. It's almost better. All right, now go the other way, see what happens. That's one. So yeah, I like it. Let's pull this off and see. See if we can now, I don't know. Yeah, we can. Oh buddy, look at that. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. I just have to roll it back, like just kind of over my knee and stuff. Get the shape back, and we'll rivet it in there, and I think that's going to look sharp. I like it'll look real sharp. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and do that one up, and yeah, and then we'll take a quick look after. All right, everyone, I'm gonna ask you guys to have to use your imagination a little bit, because this is what I got for this video. So, like I said, just envision these fellas right here, just a little straighter, some nice hardware, some nice rivets. I'll clean up these edges a little, some handles. Just envision that, and there you have the panels. If you can't envision that, you guys will have to watch next time, and hopefully I'll have a couple of these mounted. I'll get the hardware and stuff and get these together. But really happy how they're turning out. I do think these middles are so. I think I might leave them kind of. I think what I might do is I might leave the middle shiny and just satin out these edges, just to give it some definition. Plus, I do got a few little marks and stuff on that. This is kind of the mark. Any marks in there is actually kind of enhancing the look of it. So, anyways, like I said, that's it for this video. But we'll get out here again, and we'll keep the hammer down on this old car. Once I get the seats in, I have to build some panels for here, I think. I don't know exactly how they'll go. And I definitely have to build some little kick panels on there. And of course, I'll do them out of aluminum as well. And I think it'll look sharp as heck. So anyways, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and see you guys next time.